you can't take it off the table, or you stop them from coming to the negotiations.
So you're using war as a threat?
No, I'm using sanctions as a threat. You're using war as a threat, but I think you have to leave it on the table. No, I'm just saying there's a whole panoply of things you have to put on the table. A military strike has to be one that you would consider. Doesn't mean that's what we're advocating for. I don't think either Ms. Sanchez or myself has said that.
Well, I'm trying to put this together. I don't think there's a real fight here. It seems like the issue of 2 weeks is a stupid thing to argue about. Let me go to you, Congresswoman. If the president gives 2 weeks' notice to the Iranians, and then it sounds like he should get on the track that Congressman Rogers says to get on, which is to get the Europeans together, our easier allies, then go to a larger alliance and try to really do a suffocating sanctions regime that really squeezes them on not petroleum, on gasoline, on refinement, so they can't even move their cars over there. Is that where you're at?
Well, we certainly have been talking to our allies. We've been talking to Russia. We've been talking to China, to India. It's going to require the entire world if we're going to be doing sanctions. But I just want to go back to something that my colleague said. I mean, way back when we were deciding whether to go to war with Iraq, the fact of the matter is many of us thought Iran was a bigger problem. And unfortunately, by now, having used our resources in Iraq, we are not in a position to use military force in Iran. Not for the long run. You can do a strike, but then what? So the answer is we have to work on bringing the rest of the people of the world together with us to do sanctions. But more importantly, we should give 2 weeks to the President Barack Obama to try to get our investigators and our inspectors in there.
There's one little problem with your argument, okay? And you ought to take it to heart. Your leaders in the Democratic Party rolled in 2002 and went with the president of this war with Iraq for political reasons. They all did. John Kerry did. Hillary Clinton did. Chris Dodd did. They all did, except for the president. They rolled. Most of your leadership rolled for political reasons because it was easier to support the war than to fight it. You know why? Because they're afraid they'd be blamed that they didn't support the war. They chickened out.
And
that's
Chris,
why you can't make that case anymore. Because too many big shots in your party supported the war.
I certainly can make the case because I voted against that war. And my number one reason was because I worried about what was going on with Iran.
Okay.
Well, we just have to stand up and we have to tell people what we believe and we have to vote against it when it comes forward.
Well, you got too many softies in the leadership of your party that just want to get on deck with every war that starts. Anyway, thank you, Congresswoman Sanchez. Congressman
Rogers, I love that when you were beating up on the Democrats. That's
I don't think. Okay, let's do the same old French jokes again. The fact of the matter is that Europe is moving to the right. We've got a lot of allies over there. Let's get together. 2 weeks is hardly worth arguing about. Why don't we come back in 2 weeks and see if the president's got what he's going to do here or just more talk?